Hey guys, how you doing? I've come on today to talk a little bit about when you've realized that something about how you grew up and the way that you're responding and reacting to situations now isn't right or doesn't feel very good, and you've realized that maybe there's a link, but you sit there and you think, what now? I don't know what to do. I'm making this video because I've had this question come up twice in the last couple of days from clients that have reached out to me and begun doing this work. So this is a common experience that we get to that stage where the insight arises, where we've probably been through the cycles enough times that we're starting to think, maybe the problem isn't out there. Maybe the problem is in here. And maybe we start to think, well, how did the problem get there? And we've got access to pop psychology all around us all the time. It's become part of our drinking water. It's become part of our environment. So we get a sense that the way we grew up has affected us. Events that have happened over our lives have affected us. And we're starting to notice that certain patterns are arising and that we have certain cycles and certain ways of reacting to things. So this is how, in the last couple of days, a couple of my clients have come to me in this experience and then said, well, what now? I feel like there's so much to deal with. One of them said, the reason I came to you, Mira, was because I felt like you were saying it's okay to deal with your stuff. It's a good idea to deal with your stuff, which it is indeed. I'm getting a little notification that I need to jump in my car, so I have to try and keep this quick. So what we talked about was, if you haven't dealt with it, but you've come to that point where you realize that it's there, you may have a feeling like this, and this was her description of it. It's like there's this beach ball and you've been holding the beach ball down and it's helping you survive and it's helping you cope with what's going on. But you feel like if you let go of that beach ball, i.e. start dealing with stuff, it's just going to come up with such force, hit you in the face, smack you out, give you a black eye. And to be honest, this might be, if you're just beginning the work, this could be a reasonable metaphor. I certainly got a few metaphorical whacks in the face, early on my journey, going down a lot of rabbit holes looking for, how do I find the right help? I know something's wrong, but I don't know how to go about it. So I think one really helpful thing to start with is to honor that part of ourselves, to honor the fact that everything that's going on, everything that we've developed and done has probably come from, I believe it has. I say probably, but I believe it's come from our primary two drives, survival and safety. So we are hardwired to have survival as our strongest instinct and safety and connection as our strongest desire. And so something in our system is trying to get us to safety or keep us in survival. So holding that beach ball down has been a wonderful mechanism that we've had in place to help us survive in most cases. So when you are beginning to consider taking your hands off a little bit, not suppressing anymore, letting that stuff come out, beginning to work through it and deal with it, this is a fantastic first step, just to really honor it. The second thing, I'm going to recommend that I believe in the early stages, if you're at that point, to get help. So to get guidance, and I'm a big believer in, this is certainly what I've always looked for in the practitioners that I've gone to, someone that has lived experience, and they may not be obvious about it. So here's the thing, because as a therapist, our focus is going to be on the client, not on ourselves so much. So we may not be sharing all the time, here's the details of what I've been through, but here's where I want to encourage you to trust your gut a little bit. So when you're looking for someone to work with, you want to see, do they seem like they're warm, connected, and genuine? Are they really being themselves? A friend of mine talked to me today about how she'd experienced many working with many therapists who were educated, but maybe not that warm and not that connected. So we want that experience. You want to trust your gut. Can I go with this person? Do they feel like a real human? What does their general presence make you feel? Are they clear about how they're going to work with you? And do they seem like a full, whole person? Because this journey, this work is big for many of us. And it needs to happen on multiple levels. So the conversation I had this morning with a client was, again, around this idea of, well, where do I start and how do I work with this? And we're working, everybody's different, and everybody has to figure out, as they try different things, what is going to work the best for them. So some people have a really respond to cognitive ways, thinking through things and processing that way. Some people, it's going to come through the experience in their body, and that's going to give them the most results, okay? Or some sort of combination. So essentially, what you want is someone who's going to actually, in their approach, teach you and empower you how to take these things on for yourself, how to work with them, how to become your own expert in your own healing. This is what I advise, that when you're looking for someone to work with, that you look for someone who's really clear about how they are going to help you become an expert in you. All right. I hope that is helpful. I need to go because I think I'm a little bit over time when I got my alarm come through on the phone telling me that it's time to get in the car and go off for my acupuncture appointment. So I hope that you're all having a beautiful day, and any questions, as always, if you relate to anything that I've been talking about, pop an emoji down in the comments and let's get talking about these very important things. Ciao.